are 20 YouTube settings that could small.
फिलहाल मैं लाइव जाने लगी हूँ, प्लीज़ डोंट मेक एनी नॉइज़. Hello everyone, so this is Minahel. We are back with another amazing session. Welcome everyone back. So this time we have a very different theme, exploring the future of gaming culture. Okay, so I wouldn't take much of your time. I will be your host and I will be moderator, or somehow you're gonna be seeing me a lot in the event too, till the end of the event. So for just moving to our first session, we have Diego Abrajo, product analyst at Quid Gaming Community, and he will be giving the keynote. So please welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Thank you for
hello.
having me.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you, Minali? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Yeah, yeah, it's Manal, right? You are the one that named correctly after so many people. So good. So okay, so let's get started with our keynote. So
Mhm.
the topic is gaming as a cultural power. So what's your insights about it? What do you want to share? Just
Sure.
move it to
So basically,
yeah.
we were going to talk about how important it is user-generated content and how big it is important for the gaming culture, and of course how we see this trend evolving. Uh, in my opinion, I think it is what's being happening on nowadays, and most of the most famous games like we see on Roblox and Minecraft are kind of being rebranded, and it's being probably one of the most important things nowadays. Not It's not only what game developers can create to the players, but what players can create to the game. So I think the most important games, or the games that have been having the most success, is the games that give the tools to the players to help them to create new content. And most of the most famous games, this is not only from now, started by other games from mods, like actual different game modes on actual games. Like for example, Counter Strike, that's really well known right now, started as a mod for Half-Life, and we also have Dota that then another company created League of Legends that started as a mod for Warcraft 3. So we see that this is an actual trend. It's not only happening now with Roblox and Minecraft, that people want to use that and they love that kind of content. The players like those games that have the freedom to create their own experience, not only for themselves, but also to other players. And especially with social media right now, YouTube, TikTok, this is even more prominent because they want to get noticed. They want to create their own game modes, and they want to feel like people like their work, people are having fun, and gives more freedom. Like for example, as a gaming company, they cannot create certain drastic change that goes against what they think it works. Like we are not going to see a game like, for example, FIFA, like big games starting to do something different. But if they allow players to be able to create their own game modes, they can give that responsibility to the player side. They are the ones who can test it a lot, and they're gonna create a lot of these different game content. And I think it will allow them to experiment. And people love to experiment. And especially from my background with Kudo, since we are a Web3 gaming company, we see a lot of that. That we hear the community a lot. So we are not only developing things and expecting them to just play that and that's it. We want to give them the freedom to use our games in our ecosystem and to create their own experience. And this also, we see this as really good in open world games. Like for example, we have games like Grand Theft Auto, where we can see like people like to go there and role play a certain experience. Like they want to use the game to be someone that they will not be on real life. So we see that there is a lot of experience that people love to do this, and there is a lot of games that are now implementing that part of social media into their games as well. like the Cyberpunk, although they didn't have a launch that release that they wanted, they give that experience where they want people to be themselves or be whatever they want in game and have that experience in game. And we also see that with Red Dead Redemption. So a lot of these games are now implementing these big games from AAA studios are now trying to give that experience that players can have the freedom not only to create different modes on their games but also to have a similar real life experience but with that twist that only that the games provides. And this helps game to create their own persona in game and also helps in terms of developing other skills that will be valuable for their professional environment. Like for example, in when we are playing World of Warcraft, I remember back on those those days and even now that it requires a lot of strategic thinking. We needed to make sure that we optimize our resources, what we achieved up until then, and try to optimize everything so that we can conquer that boss. So not only strategic thinking, teamwork, communication, problem solving even, and even adaptability, because not everything gonna happen as we want. There's gonna be that twist that we were not expecting, because games are not meant to be um, equal every time. Well, some games are like those old games like Tetris, Pong. You have like those patterns that you need to follow. But these new games are more random, are more with using, especially with generative AI right now, they can use to make every experience in game feel different. So these are things that resemble the real world, and they can definitely improve while playing. So playing is not only a waste of time, in my opinion. I think it is a good way for them to not only build social skills that will be valid for the professional setting, like the ones I mentioned: strategic thinking, teamwork, communication, problem solving, and I think the most important will be adaptability, because everything is never going to happen according as planned. So it's good that you are good and it's adapting to all the things that going to happen that you are not expecting. Uh, so I think this is really good. And of course, with these new technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, and even AI that are really shaping the future of gaming, because it gives a lot of different experience to not only the players but also to developers by developing their game. Um, like we see a lot of different um, experience, like even with Pokemon Go, that was really hyped like 2 3 years ago. I don't know, probably more time. And the people were going outside, and usually gaming was thought that it was something that you do inside, and it didn't interact with other people. But they are establishing new patterns, new things that they are doing. So Pokemon Go was a really good experience. And there was something that was never thought about it or thought about, but there was not the technology for it. And especially now with VR, people are getting more immersive experience. And as soon as these technologies get more polished, because for now I think they are still a little bit raw, even though you can have a good experience, not an experience that you want to have on a daily basis. Like you, for example, you might want to play a VR game. At least this is my personal experience and what I see from other game developers that are developing this. They see that they want to play, but there's no such as repeatability on playing those games, because they get tired faster than they usually are playing like a normal game on console or on PC. But if we start seeing the more optimized version of this, they will be able to see it as a really good option for it. But on my case, we are, as I said, a Web3 gaming company. Our gaming platform is called Kudo, and we see this opportunity to give freedom to the players and developers as a really niche that we can adapt and something that we can use with the use of blockchain. In our case, what we do is we have a gaming platform with our already 44 games, and what we do is we invite indie game developers to join in. We give them an SDK that they can implement, and they can use the same token on all games that are on the platform. So, for example, if I'm playing a game A, let's say it is a puzzle game, I can use the in-game currency of that game right 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 when I'm playing, but I can also use that the same in-game currency on other games. So I'm more willing to test out the game to use my credits on that game because I know that's not gonna be stuck on that game. So this gives a new experience, but not only the tokens will be important, but especially the gaming assets. So for example, uh, I think most of us that like shooter games like Counter Strike, Team Fortress, and even Valorant will love if we could have our own weapon and use it on all those games. But we know they are developed by different companies, so we need to acquire different weapons on all games, and this can be a little bit of a bummer. But what we are doing is using blockchain technology to allow players to have that weapon that they can use on all games across the Google platform, even though they are not developed the same company. And even better, we even develop a tool that we are providing to the players that they can design their own weapon called Garrett. So I think that's a really cool thing that you can design that own weapon, your own weapon, and use it and on all games and even optimize it the way you want and the way you think it matches your style. So this is one of the things that we want to achieve with these new technologies that are emerging, with, especially with blockchain, NFT technology. But we wanted to use it to leverage the gaming industry to give them more tools for players to have fun with it, to use it, and we hope that more gaming studios will adapt this as a new norm. People are going to experiment. It's not going to be then what fully well optimized right at start. But I think it is a good way that gives players the tools for them to create their own experience in game, and game developers will more giving them like the environment that they're going to use their assets that they are creating, similar to what we see now with Roblox. It gives a lot of freedom and to the players to create their own experience, and Minecraft or in a some game like Sandbox gives the developers and the players to create their own experience. We also want to create that, and I think it is the way to go and how we are going. I think it's a really good experience, and definitely invite you guys to jump in, and it will be really cool to see it. Yeah, thank you for having me. Let me see if we have some questions.
Yes, that's what I am trying to say is that we have few questions that people want to ask. Is how like
Sure.
how are NFTs being incorporated into gaming?
So there is, in my opinion, the good way and the bad way that games are incorporating NFTs into gaming. So there is the bad way, which is you have something or an image that belongs to you, and it's written on the blockchain that asset or that asset that can be an image, any video or whatever, it's yours. It's written on the blockchain. But this is the main premise. But for us, that's not enough. For us, NFT should be an actual gaming asset that has utility beyond the environment that you are. For example, what we are doing, like I said, you should have a weapon that you can use on more games besides your own ones. It is giving utility that even though if we stop developing our games, you can still use that same weapon on other games. But what we usually see is companies that they are using blockchain technology to create those NFTs, but they can only be used on their own games. So what matters is it is no difference than the normal weapon that you see on a Web2 game that's not using NFT technology, because if that game stops existing, your NFT will not have any utility elsewhere. So it's the same thing as being a normal asset. Being written on a blockchain will not make it any more important, in my opinion.
Okay,
Okay.
what's the most popular video game?
Well, that's a bit subjective, but if we go to Twitch charts, we will say that it has been League of Legends for the last 12, 13 years. So I would say like it is MOBA, but that's a bit subjective. The most popular, it will be definitely MOBA. at least for the last 12 years, especially to the rise of popularity of League of Legends and how they are conquering the world, especially on the Asia side. But I think that's been changed over the years. I think still it is really focused on MOBA and not only on playtime but on view time. And nowadays that's really important because more and more people actually prefer to watch other people playing games than actually playing the games themselves. And this is a trend that when I was younger I will never expect this to happen, but it is happening. So yeah, MOBA is probably the most played in watch right now. But shooting games, if you see it as a collective, because there's a lot of titles that probably all of them combined can come close to mobile games as well. Like we see like with Counter Strike, we see them also with Valorant. So it's coming close.
So, what's your opinion about the storytelling games, like the games that in which you were doing the stories, like World of Craft or Assassin's Creed, something like that? What's your opinion on that?
Okay,
What
I
did
think
you ask, basically?
they still have their niche. I think there is a niche of people that like that good storyline, that game that you can pause whenever you want, that game that you can play on your free time and have their own experience in some storyline. I don't think it is what most people are looking for right now, because people like that social aspect in gaming. If you see, like the most played games are the ones that you can't play online, but there is still a niche of players that play those games, especially because those games usually have a really good storyline. But of course, not only single player games that with story based games are games like Assassin's Creed and others. There are other smaller games that probably don't have that much attention. But yeah, I think if they're a good storyline, especially the ones that I see that are the most uh, promising, the ones that give you more freedom, the ones that your choices actually matter in game. Not like wherever you do, the end's gonna be the exact the same way. Like Elder Ring, even Detroit, where the ending of the game will be different depending on your choices in game. I think those are the ones that define that story RPG or playing game. At least my opinion. I think those are the ones that actually deserve my time.
Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, just with the last question, how do online gaming communities influence social media connections? How do you think?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Okay, so the question is, how do online gaming communities influence social connections? As you are also a part of it, so what's your opinion on that?
So it influenced a lot. Like a lot of changes that we did on our platform came from the community itself. Like, of course, there's ways and ways to do it. What we've been doing is we create first what we call it. It's not a prototype, but we tested first in the community to see what's the path that we are gonna go. So especially what we are developing now with that interoperable gaming assets, where you can use an asset on different games. We just released now the first version, and we give out to the community for them to test it. And based on their feedback and how we see it action, so we have data that we see how people are, if they are enjoying what they are doing, we kind of being adapting to it. So the community is really important, and more important is being, especially on the Web3 side, so on our niche. So community is probably one of the most important things. I think every game should hear the community, and we don't see that often on the Web2 side. But that's how it is. But on Web3, it's good that you hear the community, because they're also going to have an opinion. They are the ones who are going to be playing on our platform. They are the ones who are going to utilize your platform. So it's good for them to be heard, and it's good feedback that the developers should hear and also interact with them, because nowadays it's all about social activity. We Most people spend more time on the phone and then they spend like talking to someone. I know it's not the best scenario, but it happens. So it's good that we have a good social people feel that they belong there, and that they have a say in it, so that they can actually help create a better gaming environment. So I think there's more important than most projects give.
Thank you so much, Diego, for your insights. It was lovely talking to you. It was lovely hearing the
Thank
insights
you.
from you. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. So,
Thank you so much.
okay, everyone. So let's move to another session of us. That's the firefight session. Okay, beyond the screen, gaming impacts on life. So for that, we have Babakar Heather with us. He is a director, a game enthusiast. Like he has a lot more gaming champion to have taken. So I think he gonna describe himself in a better way. Hi, hello. Okay, so I have some questions for you. Let's start with it. Okay. Okay. So, how do open world gaming empower players to create their own story? What's your opinion on that? Okay, so coming out to the next question, what skills development through gaming? What are the skills you think we can develop through gamings, and that would be valuable in a professional field too? Okay, so there is a question from audience. I think we should take that. Okay, so they ask, what are the advantages of SSDs over HDDs of gamings? Definitely, I don't know anything about it, but maybe you know. Yeah. Okay. Okay. How does virtual reality change the gaming experience? I think it changed a lot, right? Okay. How do gaming engines like Unreal and Unity impact gaming development? So the question is, how do gaming engines like Unreal and Unity impact gaming development? Do you think the good, do you think, I was just asking that, like, do you think that it's gonna affect the game quality or game development or the way it builds in how which engineer? Okay, okay. So uh, let's move to another question. How do you think gaming affect your personal growth, like maybe team building or logical thinking or problem solving? Do you think gamings can help you in that way? Do you think that's, yeah, you can share your opinion, and definitely a lot of people have different opinions on that. But now it's your Fajad, so you're gonna be sharing. Okay. Like that does it help you? I was saying, so you were, does it help you in any way? Like, because you said you are all about gaming. So does it help you in your personal life, like maybe problem solving techniques or teamwork or building things? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Bhavika, for the amazing insights and for the energy. I definitely get the sea of a gamer energy live today. So thank you so much. Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, go ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so that was an amazing session. Okay, let's get moving forward to another our session that is our panel discussion. And the topic of our panel discussion is gaming trends shaping tomorrow. So for panel discussion, we have our first 3 to 4 speakers. One is Hamza Kiani, the other one is Sana and Anas. Hello guys, how are you?
Hey, hello.
Hello, I'm fine.
Okay, can you please go one
Hi,
by one
I'm
and
fine.
introduce yourself? Start with Hamza.
Thank you, Minal. It's an honor to be here. Uh, I'm Hamza Kiani, and I'm currently working as a game producer at Narson Studios.
Okay, go on, Sana.
It's
You're next.
hello.
Um, Hi everyone. This is me, Sana Amin, and I am a gaming enthusiast. And I love to explore the gaming trends and insights. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to talk about the future of gaming.
Okay, Anas, your turn.
Hi, my name is Ans Naveed, and I'm a senior game developer at Rhinestone Studios, and I've been working there for about more than 3 years.
Okay, so I will be asking, throwing a lot of questions to all of you. So we can maybe just start with Hamza. Okay, let's start with you, Hamza. The gaming industry has opened a diverse career paths. What trends do you see in terms of job creations and skill development?
And, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, so gaming industry owns a diverse career path as we all see. But what are the trends do you see in terms of creating jobs and skill development?
Okay, so as you know, the market in the game industry is moving toward UGC. So we see the trends in most popular games such as Fortnite, such as Roblox, and Minecraft also. That these games are enabling players to create their own mini games or mods into the game. So the player can just create their own games. You just need creativity. So I think I think the trends are moving towards creating not a game, but a game engine in which everyone can be a creator, right? So, most impressively, what Fortnite is doing currently, it allows the players to just create their own version of the game and upload it freely onto the Fortnite servers. And from there, how much engagement his game gets, then he gets paid into his PayPal account. So I see the trend moving towards this place, this UGC, where every user can create his own content onto the game and earn from himself.
Okay, perfect. This is something that I don't know. As Opus AI, we also provide you a text to gaming platform where you can write a text and convert it into a 3D visuals that you can use in your games. So, okay, first, Sana, let's move to you for our next question. Just let take a question from an audience. Okay. Why is the character customization important for gamers?
Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah. Why is character customization is important for gamers?
Uh,
I think you didn't get the question.
no idea.
Okay. So the question is why the character customization in game is important for a gamer that you can customize your character. Do you think is it important they would allow you to customize your character?
Okay. Character customization allows gamers to personalize their in-games avatars by modifying features like appearance, clothing abilities, and equipments. It enhances players' immersion, creativity, and individuality, offering a unique gaming experience.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, Anas. Coming on to you. You are also a game developer. So let me ask something to do with development.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. How do you see technologies like blockchain, including NFT, influence in gaming economy and ownerships? Do you think like lots of gaming coming towards an NFTs or blockchain through?
Well, blockchain and NFTs, yeah, I've definitely heard of them back in the year 2020. And yeah, they did make a name for themselves, but the NFTs died real quick. So not many are approaching it anymore, and it's just, uh, to me, it's more of a dead trend. So in the near future, I, I mean, currently, the cryptocurrency is on the rise, and I don't know, like maybe NFTs can make a comeback into the games and virtual reality and everything. But if we're talking about adding the NFTs being implemented into the games, they can just change like I think if I remember correctly, there was a game or VR something like that that allowed you to purchase a land on Mars or Moon, something like that. So you can just purchase a virtual land on Mars or Moon, and you can just say, "I own this place," or even Earth as well. Yeah, back in 4 years ago, I really heard that thing as well. But NFTs uh, can be a lot of things. Like as uh, talked earlier, they can be assets like guns or any art or furniture, anything. Like since you can buy a furniture stuff for like NFT, and you can use that in any kind of thing. So NFTs. for me are less likely to come make a comeback into the gaming industry. But if they do, yeah, it's just a to me, it's not a really uh, interesting thing in the future.
Okay, perfect. Okay, coming back to Hamza. Hamza, as you are a game producer, how do a collaborative storytelling mechanics influence the design of game as you produce games? So, what do you think that a storytelling mechanics can affect the gaming?
I think if you're creating a story-driven game, then only it will affect the actual game design. Because when you're creating a game, you have to choose between. It's more like you have to choose between like a single player game or a multiplayer game. So if you go into a multiplayer game, then you select like co-op, or should it be a PvP, or what the mod should be. So mostly we see the story-driven trends in a single-player game. It's mostly in a single-player game, as the player enjoys the crisp story of the game. And once you're creating a story game, let's just say an RPG or MMO, so you basically are relying on the story as a whole game. So other mechanics such as the character controller or the NPC or the quests, they will be the secondary loops of the game. But the primary loop of the game, the core loop of the game, would be the story that is revolving around the game. So I think it all depends upon the which genre, which type of genre you are going to be making. So
Okay, very deep things that you talk about. I don't know about that much, but definitely it shows that you know a lot about it.
yeah.
Okay, coming back to Sana. Okay, Sana. So, how can gaming platforms better support streamers and encourage community-driven content? You are a gamer, right?
Yes.
So, how do you think the communities and platform supports gamer?
Gaming communities like uh, have become more social, interactive, and inclusive. And gaming platforms can support streamers by integrated streaming tools, providing built-in features for live streaming and content creation. And the second is revenue sharing, offering monetization options like revenue, affiliate program, or exclusive partnership. And the third one is audience engagement, enabling interactive features like chat, overlays, polls, or viewers rewards. And the fourth one is exclusive content, uh, granting early access to games or unique in-game items for streamers to showcase. And the fifth one is analytics and insights, offering tools to track audience metrics and optimize content.
Okay, coming back to Anas. Okay, Anas, as a game developer, what are the biggest barriers to innovation in gaming today, and how do you think industry gonna overcome that? You definitely face a lot of
Uh,
barriers in everyday field.
yeah. Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. What are the biggest barriers to the innovation in gaming today, and how do you think that industry
Uh,
gonna overcome, or are they overcoming that?
I, to be fair, the biggest barriers are monetization, definitely. So everyone, like obviously wants to make money off of their game, and the biggest, all of these huge companies like Call of Duty, I think Valorant and Fortnite, they're all mostly following the same single trend. They followed the single trend, So Fortnite started a battle royale, and then the others followed. So if one gives a good success, the others just follow. So that that following a one single trend limits a lot of possibilities. So you are not allowed to bring any uh, what you call it innovation into the game because and bringing innovation, bringing new things into the game, new mechanics does not necessarily translate to a good experience. People, the bigger companies are not ready to or are not ready to take the risk because they are afraid of losing their fan base, and hence their shares will go down and their sales will be lowered and everything. So companies are not ready to take the risk, that kind of risk, and jump into the new, unknown, unseen environment. That's why the monetization is the biggest thing that limits the innovation in upcoming games.
Okay, so monetization seems up like a thing that definitely make you issue. Okay, coming back to Hamza. Okay, Hamza, so as you definitely own a team, what are the skill development through gaming you can see? What are the skills you think we can develop through gaming, such as strategy, teamwork, communication? What are the skills you think that gaming can help you to build?
So there are many type of players who enjoy different genres, right? So let's say if you play FPS, your cognitive abilities will improve drastically. Your reaction time will improve. Your hand coordination will improve. So those are some skills that might improve. Also, if you are a F1 racer, like F1 player, and you have a proper wheel setup and everything, a sim rig, you can say, and if you play daily, there is a whole movie about it, like Gran Turismo, and in which it tells a story about a player who used to play F1 racing games in his house, and he got an excellent opportunity in real life F1 world, and he just transferred those skills from the PC gaming, the sim gaming, to the actual F1 car, and he just drove better than most, you can say, professional drivers out there. So yes, it all depends upon which genre you are playing. Every genre has a different. Every genre just provides you with a different soft skill in your like arsenal. So you can say like you gain different skills from different genres. So it all depends upon which genre you are playing the most.
Okay, which genre do you play the most?
I play FPS, like I play CS a lot. I have been playing since 2018, and you can say I have like the badges. There's like badges in CS. It just takes about like 6 months of continuous play. Like you have to play every day, so to gain that medal. So I just play every day for 6 months in each year to gain that medal. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Sana. So coming to you, there is a question: which game do you think has the best story ever told for you?
Sorry, can you please repeat the
Which
question?
game do you think has the best story? Yeah, yeah. Which game do you think has the best story ever? You definitely play a lot of games. According to your opinion, what are the games what are the games that you like have best story? Because I personally like games who have
Uncharted.
a story behind it. Yeah.
Uh, I said it's Uncharted.
Okay, okay, okay. Coming next to Anas. Anas, as a developer, there was a question: why gaming soundtracks so memorable for players? Why you guys make them so memorable? It's
I
the
mean,
reason behind it.
that's exactly why they're made. So, uh, if if we're talking about soundtracks, the game keeps playing. The games tend to keep playing the soundtrack or their theme songs or whatever, uh, back in the background, like very subtly, but they tend to they are played so many times that they get stuck in your head and you cannot just take it out. And then when you finish the game and that theme song plays again, and you're just like sitting like, yeah, damn, that hit, that hits me. So um, soundtracks are designed specifically to make you feel like you are in the game and make you attached to the game. Because mostly there are a lot of people who love songs, who love music, right? So they get attached to music like in an instance. So uh, there is another thing near Automata. It has a lot of orchestra and a lot of songs and everything. So I really love that game, and it has amazing soundtracks and all of the coordination and your everything, like you're running to an objective and you're and this background sound theme songs are playing at a really low volume and everything, so you just like it creates an immersive feeling that you are inside the game. And then there's another example of the soundtrack, the Dark Souls, the Soul series. They instantly just start playing the boss music whenever you enter the boss room, and you're just like, oh my god, what have I stumbled upon? So yeah, they the soundtracks are the most important thing in a game, that and they make you remember the game like to your heart. They make a really big effect, add a big effect on your psyche.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think we are almost done with our event. Just moving toward the last question for all of you. Okay, Hamza, for you. What's the one trend or development in gaming that excites you the most in future? What are the trends and the things that coming over that you think you want to be excited about that?
So I think the trend of the UGC is that excites me the most. VR is also something that excites me the most, especially when we talk about the MR, the mixed reality. So let's just talk about like MR, right? Um, I was experimenting with the VR and MR and everything. Recently I just discovered that it's you can just not use it for you can use it for the games as well, but there is like huge utility to it as well. Like I recently found a game in which you can just wear the VR and it will convert your room into a broken old room, right? And you have the tools in your you can see the toolbox lying around somewhere, and you just pick up some tools from there and you just start repairing your home. And I guess that provides me with some real skills as well, like how to fix the wires, how to tape the wires, and how to hammer the nail into the wall and everything. So it might not be like 100%, like it might not give me the skills like 100%, but it sure is a very good way to just teach how to do certain stuff. Most like driving simulations there I see VR being used as well. uh, and in a lot of trainings, such as even military trainings, you can say, people are using the VRs to train themselves in certain situations. Then there's like the pilot training. I have seen some amazing rigs, amazing sim rigs for the pilots as well. So yes, the trend about the VR and MR excites me the most, to be
Okay, perfect. I think you soon you're gonna be taking a training of wiring, fixing wirings.
honest.
Okay, okay. Moving to Sana, what's your opinion on that? What is the coming trend that excites you, or the game, or the development?
Well, in my opinions, uh, cloud gaming and VR gaming, I think so.
Okay, okay. Moving towards Anas, what's the one trend or development that excites you? Definitely, you are also in the development field, so you must have something in your mind.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Maybe your own
Yeah.
developing game excites you.
Uh, Not so much. I mean, but like, I'm more excited about uh, the AI being used to develop the games. So, I mean, we'll just have to see where which in which direction it goes. Maybe it goes to the good, maybe it goes to the worst. We cannot say anything currently. And there is, I would like to see some, as Sana said, uh, the cloud gaming. So cloud gaming is a really huge thing. So I've tried something like that. There is a Steam Play something. I don't know, remote play something like that. So a friend of mine and I were playing a game, and she was like using my computer hardware, playing my game on my PC, but she was the one controlling it. So yeah, that's a really fun thing to try. If we are able to play games without any hardware, by relying just on the cloud PC and its hardware and stuff from anywhere, that would be a real big breakthrough in the gaming
Okay,
industry.
perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. This is something that I am hearing from you first time. Or we also have a question about that. I think, okay, what's about your opinion on cloud gaming? So you also covered that. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you so much, Ines, Hamza, Sana, for coming here, joining us, and giving your lovely insights, your opinions. I just love hearing from you guys. And after hearing a lot about gaming, I also feel little motivated to play something on PC. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. So for the as we come to the end of our event, we will be saying bye bye notes to everyone. Definitely, we will be coming in the next month with an amazing event. So, thank you so much, everyone who joined. Thank you so much for the questions. Thank you so much for all the speakers. Thank you so much, and take care.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Thank you.
Oh, fuck. Actually, I